Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look again at Morpeko. Some people might be a bit annoyed at this little boy here, but it's one of my favorite Pokemon, and today we're going to not run the normal moveset for this Pokemon. This one also learns the charge moves of Old Rage as well as Seed Bomb, and especially Seed Bomb we're going to take a look at here today, because this move has some potential, because all of a sudden if you want to use your Say-So of Morpeko, you have the option to go for a Seed Bomb against, for example, in swapping, Mudboys mainly. Mudboy is going to be the one Pokemon that you really want to hit with it. For example, a Gastrodon is going to go down to this one. Like, it is maybe taking a little bit of fast move pressure still beforehand, but a Seed Bomb is going to do around like 90+% health of the Gastrodon, and you're always going to be able to win every single shield scenario against the Gastrodon basically with this Pokemon here, as long as you hit one, of course. But anyway, as you all see as well, the first opponent here is going to have a Sombot coming in, and this already going to showcase why Seed Bomb might be quite interesting, as you're going to be able to completely one-shot them, knock out now the Walrein as well with the Aura to boost our attack again, and Morpeko is going to town in the first battle already. We're going to see an entire sweep by this little boy here, and that is quite ridiculous, like completely destroying an entire team on its own, and we can move on to the next one. So after this triple kill, let's talk a little bit more about the Seed Bomb and the issue maybe why Seed Bomb is not as ideal. Here we would see a matchup where we wanted to go for Seed Bomb as well, right? I overfarm a little bit too much. At the end of the day, does it really matter that I went for this move? I'm not too sure about it. Basically, my only win con here is my Talonflame. I feel like Talonflame, Flame Charge is a cool moveset as well for this Pokemon, especially for this type of team, and I might go back to Flame Charge in a video eventually as well. Because, yeah, I like the Flame Charge on Talonflame. I think there's currently a very good niche for this Pokemon with Flame Charge, because a lot of people are running those squishier fighting type Pokemon that use shields and then still get shields from you. For example, here, we would be able to just go straight for a Flame Charge, boost our own attack, get the knockout, get the attack boost, allowing us to have better matchup later on. Like this, we're gonna have to, go for a fly and just don't really benefit from having a great situation here. And that's something that I don't really like too much, and that also would help maybe out for this matchup here against the opponent's Morpeko, where I would do a little bit more damage against them. In comes the Psychic Fang, which is kind of cool. I make a big mistake here by not going for the Brave Bird. At the end of the day, only get to one move. Brave Bird is the move I want to go for, and they even let the move go through, which is really unfortunate because, again, I had the Brave Bird sword, I would have been able to just knock them out anyway. But at least we can go for one air release, and we can even go for another one as the opponent overfarms by a little bit too much, allowing us here to get the KO and winning us also the battle here, because Diggersby should not be able to knock us out here, as the Friendly Plant should seal the deal, winning us this battle, and we can move on to the next opponent. Those are battles that have still been played before. Actually, we had the change in terms of fixing the Go Battle lag. This video, while I'm recording it right now, literally just came out, so definitely check it around if you haven't seen this yet. Like, there is currently an option for, like, has been all the time to be fair, but nobody knew that, has been an option for the Android phones to change the settings a little bit, that you're going to be able to fix Go Battle lag, and it really helps out. And so far, from all the battles that I did, I think I did like 15 battles total at the current time of recording with the new change, I haven't had a single frame drop, and that's just like ridiculously cool, and I love the game like this. But I still have some battles I can commentate here at least that have a bit of Go Battle leaks sometimes as well, and there's going to be one battle here today as well that's definitely going to be very much impacted by it. But also, here's one thing that I didn't really know, and something that is kind of sad, but we're not going to be able to one-shot them with a Brave Bird. And this is going to completely change things, because all of a sudden we are not going to be able to keep our shield, but they actually went for the bait anyway, but I guess they knew they would go for a shield here anyway. Now, Sandslash has a great position to knock us out. At least we still have Brave Bird here. If we had a Flame Charge, of course, we would have been able to just knock them out straight away, but we're gonna get the opponent into range where we can just farm them down with the Superior and win the battle. Ariados is next, and here's one of the reasons where Psychic Fangs is just better. Like, Psychic Fangs is just straight up better because you're going to be able to outspeed the opponent a lot of times, which is going to be great here, and makes it a little bit better as a Say-So. And here against the next opponent, also again here the Malama, I don't really need to go for Seed Bomb, because what is Seed Bomb really giving me? Seed Bomb itself, by the way, is not a great move. Like, I think it's like 65 damage or something, or 70 damage for 45 energy. It's a pretty bad move to go for. It's literally just a tech move for Mudboys. It's 65 damage for 45 energy. That's a pretty bad move. But again, it's just, again, like a coverage move for Mud Boys, just so we're going to have something to counter them. But as you will see as well, the opponent is going to use a shield for the Ariados, which is great, because now we're going to be able to keep alignment. We're going to have the Talonflame against the opponent's Ariados. And also, I didn't even say that this team was amazing. This team worked out super, super well for me. I misplayed this one here. I should have stayed in for at least 2 more fast moves and then went for maybe even a charge move against the Registeel and then swapped out. But I swapped out straight away, which could be a bit problematic because it depends on how low they're gonna get me here. Do they 2-shot me or not? They do 2-shot me, which I guess is actually better because then they shouldn't get as much farm. And so we're gonna go ahead and go for another Frenzy Plant here. We're gonna get the shield from the opponent, which is maybe even better because at the end of the day, a Frenzy Plant is gonna do way less damage than a Brave Bird would do. And so here Focus Blast coming through, going to knock us out. We're going to have here the Talonflame coming in. I expect them to swap, and they do swap. I actually waited out for a little bit there, but the opponent swaps at a perfect time. And yeah, so as you'll see, we're gonna have the full farm down here coming up. We're gonna have a Brave Bird going up against the opponent, and let's see on how this is gonna go. It's going to allow us to knock them out and we win this battle. Stunfisk is coming in here as well. We're going to have here now a great lead. We're going to see the swap out into the Primeape, and this Righteous is going to allow us to, just go for an aerial ace, and very likely you're going to get the shield from the opponent. Again, if we had Flame Charge here on our Talonflame, I think it would have been a better play because you see already the fast move damage that we get. We can take a hit, and we are going to try our best to go for some fly damage there. And as you all see as well, the shield is coming up. We're going to have the Rage Fist here, and we have another fly going to throw against the opponent. This is going to be fine. This is going to allow us to get... Oh, wait, they swapped out. I didn't see that they would swap out. And I'm forced to go for a Brave Bird here because we're still stuck in this matchup, which is kind of awkward. And now we can at least swap out and try to go for the full farm now with the Superior. This is gonna be able to get the Mud Bomb onto us. We're gonna try to go ahead and go for a Frenzy Plant here. And... yeah, Superior is going to knock them out. We're going to have here the Aerial Ace coming through. And we try our best to go for a Frenzy Plan now against the opponents. Should get the shield from them. But we're going to be in a bit of an awkward spot because we only really have our Morpeko. We still have a shield left. But we have to hit that Aerial against the opponent there. And they still have a Pokemon in the back. So they're very likely going to try to catch the move. Close Combat is coming through. And I expected them to swap, but they didn't swap. And this is going to be horrible because, wait, they swap now. And all of a sudden, we're still going to be able to be in here. We're going to be able to get the KO. And this is going to be fine as we have the Aria knocking them out and we can move on to the next opponent. Bibarel in the lead is going to be great, and in comes the Annihilate. And again, this is going to be a matchup where I wish I had Flame Charge, because look at the fast move damage that I have. If I would go for a Flame Charge here now, I would be able to go for 2 fast moves and knock them out. Like this, we are not going to be able to do that because of Fly, and that is going to be a bit annoying. But they are also going to try to... Never mind. They're not going to try to realign. They could have realigned if they really wanted to, but they don't want to. They would have needed to use 2 shields. We're not going to be able to go for another charge move here, but in comes again our Superior. We have to take a hit here now. I hope there's going to be a Pokemon in the back that we can deal with. Hyper Fang is coming through. In comes the Ariados, and that's looking kind of promising, especially if they would use a shield here, but I'm not too sure about it. As we will see here with the Aureel that is coming through very soon. We're going to use a shield here first. Aureel is not going to be enough to knock them out from this range because of the debuff that we had. Otherwise, it would have most likely one-shot them. And yeah, as you will see here, Aureel is coming through. We're going to get a ton of damage onto them. And we will see here as well that we're going to use another shield. We could be able to go for the full farm down. And yeah, this is going to be great. As you see here as well, that this is going to allow us to get the Aria off against the opponent's Bibarel. We still have our Grass type in the back. We can stop into it. They're still forced to go for at least a Surf here, and we should be kind of in a fine spot. Surf is going to knock us out, and we're still going to get to another Aria here, boosting our own attack again. And I think the opponent's Ariados should be in farming range for that Morpeko, and this is going to be it for this battle as well, and we can move on to the next opponent. Dunsparce. This is going to be an interesting one here for sure. We're going to have the Frenzy Plant coming in. We're going to be able to get the KO here, not with that one, but we're going to get them kind of low. We missed one battle. And honestly, I'm curious if the damage calculation of Grass type moves and Flying type moves are off. Because I'm fairly certain that other moves, even if you miss one bubble, are still ending up as excellent, but Grass and Flying does not. And here you see, by the way, the one battle that got decided by lag. I'm fairly certain at a great position here, but it just is not working out for me because the game just does not work out for me. It was actually not a Niantic issue, it was an issue of my internet provider that had a lot of issues that day. And so I can't really blame anything, it is what it is. But what you see as well, even though I've now turned into my normal Wi-Fi, basically my phone Wi-Fi, which is not the internet provider, we're still going to see some lag issues here a little bit along the way, which is going to impact the battle even further, because while we got completely screwed up in the beginning, we will see here the opponent is going to be able to get some extra free moves in or whatever sometimes, which was not really ideal, but we actually nearly came back from this battle as well, even though we are so far behind. Like, you see already how laggy it is and how things are just swooping around, nothing is really showing correctly, and that is definitely impactful. We're gonna see here the Feraligatr coming in. They should have never got the 3 fast move in, I think, as well. We should have been able to deny it, but because of lag it just didn't work. But this is down to the internet and nothing else, because they should have not been able to get to this move here, I think, in time. It's going to be now the Hydro Cannon coming through, and they're gonna knock us out. And at this point, this game is over. I could try to go for the Aura Wheel, doesn't work out, and the opponent going to be able to knock me out here. I think that was kind of like, we mostly would have won this battle already just with Morpeko, but lag kind of denied it from us. Steelix is going to come in here, and we're going to have the Frenzy Plant hopefully going to connect against them. And this is going to be, yeah. Let's see here, we're going to have the Frenzy Plant coming through. That's going to allow us to get some nice damage into them. And another one is going to knock them out. We're going to be able to outspeed them here as well. I would assume that we're going to be able to get the shield here, actually. That's not really what I expect. I was thinking that would most likely just let the Pokemon go through. But here's one cool thing. Because we are not running Psychic Fangs, we're actually going to have a move here to knock out the opponent with Seed Bomb. But I rather decided to let the move go through because Psychic Fangs doesn't hurt us. Yeah, but they're running Breaking Swipe and Psychic Fangs, which I did not expect at all. Breaking Swipe is not really ideal on this Pokemon anymore. But I guess maybe it makes sense now where you run Thunder Fang, because you're gonna get a little bit of Dragon type coverage damage again for Dragon type Pokemon. Could be kinda cool. But as we'll see here, one Aura Wheel is coming through against the opponent's Jumpluff, and we should be able to even reach another one. But they decide to swap out into the Annihilate. And imagine here again, we have Flame Charge on the Talonflame. We would have been in such a great spot because we would have been able to just get so much damage in. And maybe I should have actually let the first move go through here. But then again, every move from the Annihilate is going to do more damage than any move of the opponent's Jumpluff. So I think it's going to be the correct call. We see the shield coming up here. We still should be in a good spot. But yeah, if we had the Flame Charge, I would have been able to knock them out with that one Incinerate here. And we will see here as well that Superior is going to get in there. I can go for an Aerial Ace, and I think I have a move start anyway, or otherwise I would still be able to survive an Aerial Ace from the opponent. There's going to be even a CMP type, which is going to be great. They might complete the undercharges to get as much energy as possible, and they do not. And we have a Flight Sword, and this is going to knock them out. Even a Brave Bird will have knocked them out, of course. And that's going to be it for this one. We can move on to the next opponent. Let's see, we're going to have here the Annihilate in the lead. We're going to have the Aerial Ace coming in, and we are going to, yeah, go ahead and go for the Aerial Ace, get some damage in, and get out the Licky. It's actually really important because Licky is going to be an issue for my Pokemon in the back, for my Talonflame. Talonflame doesn't like Licky, but I like some Frenzy Plants, and Frenzy Plant is going to be good for me, as Frenzy Plant is going to allow us to get a ton of damage onto the opponent, and we should be even able to reach another one in time. As long as it's not going to be a Shadow Ball, it's just a Body Slam, and so Frenzy Plant is coming through again. They could go for the full farm now if they really want to, but they decide to go and let this move go through. And I make a big mistake. There was no reason for me to swap out of here. This is a ginormous mistake by me. That was very, very stupid, because at the end of the day, I just get 2 counters into my Superior, and all of a sudden a Flyer lined against the opponent. And depending on what they have in the back now, this could completely cost me the battle. Let's see what they have here. We're going to see the opponent going for a charge move. I have to use a shield here, and they decide to go ahead and forfeit. That's quite lucky, because again, I would have been able to have the way, way better matchup there otherwise. But here, the last battle, you saw so far 1 loss, I think, and you see here right now the worst possible lead that you can imagine for this team, which is going to be the Typhlosion. Why is it so bad? Because it's going to be able to farm us down here and get up to 100 energy. And so, what am I going to swap in now? The Pokemon that's going to get one-shot by a Blast Burn, or the Pokemon that's going to get one-shot by a Thunder, what's called Thunder Punch? And so I thought maybe my best idea is to go into my Talonflame and just use some shields, because they're going to have now still 60 energy. Now they're going to have 40 energy afterwards, and 20 energy afterwards, and they swap out into the Dugong, which is not really ideal. I can go ahead and go for one big charge move though. Brave Bird is not going to knock them out. I should have maybe stayed in here and just went for the Fly, because Fly would have knocked them out. And then I just had the position of me having the Superior against the opponent's Typhlosion. Typhlosion still would have needed to go for Thunder Punch, but we would have put them into farmland range for Superior. If there is a Water-type Pokemon on the back, I would have been able to win this battle just by doing this play. They haven't have a Melema on the back, that's not a Water-type, and so I think we're going to lose this one no matter what. As we will see here, Friend's Plan is going to connect, doing a lot of damage, but they can't swap into the Typhlosion, and now they have a Thunder Punch stored. We would have not won the CMP tie anyway, and so a good game to the opponent here. Well played, very difficult matchup, and this is going to be it for this video. Again, I went actually 8-2 with this team. This team was amazing, and again, I lost one battle to lag and one battle just to kind of hard counter matchup, and so this team is amazing. Definitely try it out, and I'll see you then. Of course, Seed Bomb, not really ideal. Go for Psychic Fangs. Bye bye.